In this episode, I'll show you how to make soft, absolutely beautiful, bubbly focaccia. So stay tuned and make sure to watch the video to the end. First, I'm gonna combine lukewarm water with olive oil, salt, and yeast. Take 2 cups of lukewarm water, approximately 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Pour it into the large bowl. Add 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 teaspoons, which is 10 grams of kosher salt, and 1 pack, which is 7 grams of instant yeast. Make sure that the yeast is fresh, not 2-3 years old that you found in the fridge by accident, and carefully mix it with a whisk. Take 4 cups of bread flour and add it into the mixture. Get a spatula or wooden spoon and mix it for about 2 minutes. You can also use all-purpose flour or 00 flour, but make sure that 00 flour got high protein, not less than 12 grams. The high protein flour makes for stronger gluten and helps the dough to rise more vertically rather than spreading out sideways. There is no way that you're gonna be able to knead this dough because it's very wet. I'll show you a technique which calls stretch and fold, and we can easily apply. But for now, we're gonna cover it with a plate and leave it for 30 minutes. Now it's time to stretch and fold the dough. I'm gonna do it about 3 to 4 times. Very easy, and I want you to pay attention. Take a small bowl with water, dip your hands in so that your dough won't stick to your hands. And starting from the sides, take one side of the dough, lift and stretch, and bring it to the opposite side of the bowl. Rotate the bowl and repeat the stretch and fold technique. You will need to do 4 folds per session. Then cover it with a plate, put it in a warm place, and let it rise for 30 minutes. This is the second time I'm doing stretch and fold technique. This process helps the dough to develop gluten, to form the bubbles. That is the main characteristic of focaccia. While you continue the stretch and fold technique, the texture of the dough will change from very loose to well-formed but soft dough. You will need about 3, 4, or even 5 times of stretch and fold series. When the dough stops stretching and starts to pull back, it tells you that I am ready. So this is the 3rd time I'm folding and stretching the dough, and I know it's a lot of folding going on, but that's what focaccia needs. Focaccia is flat, oven-baked Italian bread. It is crispy and golden on top and bottom and has an airy crumb inside. You can see that the bubbles are forming in the dough already, and I know that you are very tempted, but be patient and don't poke those bubbles. This is the 4th time I'm doing stretch and fold technique, and you can see here how great the yeast works, and my dough is perfectly doubled in size. After 4th stretch and fold technique, you can cover the dough with plastic wrap and put it in the fridge for 24 hours to ferment. When you ferment the dough in the fridge, it ferments very slow. But I decided to skip the fermentation in the fridge, and it works great. The 4th time of fold and stretching done, let it rise for another 30 minutes. Now let's grease the pan with olive oil and transfer the dough in. I got 9 by 13 inches deep sheet pan. Pour about 3 tablespoons of olive oil, spread it evenly, get a brush and rub the sides as well. One more time, stretch and fold the dough. And transfer it into the sheet pan. Carefully spread it, but make sure not to deflate the dough. Pour some olive oil on top of the dough, cover it with a plastic wrap, and let it rise for the last time for 1 to 1.5 hours. And this is the last time we're gonna let this dough rise. 1 hour passed and my dough is ready for the topping. Pour some olive oil on top of focaccia. And now it's perfect time to go and call your kids because they're gonna have some fun. And you wanna say hi to audience?
Hi.
Hi, alright, so are you ready?
Yeah.
Slightly cover your hands with some olive oil. I did it for myself and my daughter Anna.
So let the fun begin.
And now let's do the dimples. We poke the dough with the fingers and then jiggle, 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 and so on. This is the ideal moment to introduce your kids to cooking or baking. Let them have some fun in the kitchen and help you. But you gotta keep an eye on them. Get a sea salt and sprinkle the top of focaccia.
Now we're gonna add classic toppings, which is green olives and rosemary. But if you want, you can definitely add some cherry tomatoes and red onions.
If you're an Italian or have Italian roots and you remember how your nonna used to make focaccia, please comment down below if I did a good job.
Keep your kids busy all the time.
Whenever you add any topping, make sure to brush it with some olive oil so it doesn't burn, but obviously not too much. You might think that it's a lot of olive oil, but that's what focaccia requires. Bake focaccia in the preheated 400 degrees Fahrenheit oven. For me it took 26 minutes. All ovens are different and yours can take from 22 to 25 minutes. The perfect way to check if the focaccia is ready, insert the thermometer into the bread and it should be 190 to 210 degrees Fahrenheit.
Focaccia is ready, let it cool down for about 20 to 30 minutes. Then you can cut it in half and serve it as a sandwich. You can cut a couple slices of nice beautiful prosciutto, mortadella, a couple slices of mozzarella cheese, arugula and balsamic glaze. And it's gonna be outstanding. Or if you want, you can cut a couple slices and dip it in the olive oil and enjoy it as is. I really hope that you like this episode. Focaccia came out outstanding. Look at the bubbles inside. And it smells outstanding. Thin sliced focaccia, caper wrapped in anchovy, and this is how I like it. It's a must recipe for you to try. And anchovy is my favorite thing.